Grand Theft Auto 5 earned $1 billion in its first 3 days, sold over 190 million copies, and powered an online economy generating billions more. It stands as one of the most profitable entertainment products ever made. But this empire began as an obscure prototype called Race and Chase, designed by a small team in Scotland. Now Rockstar is staking everything on a sequel that may become the most expensive video game in history. In March 1995, inside a modest office in Dundee, a handful of developers at DMA Design gathered around a whiteboard. Dave Jones and Mike Daly, both veterans of the studio's earlier hits, sketched out ideas for a new PC game. Their ambition was simple. They wanted to create a fast-paced racer with enough chaos to keep players coming back. The working title was Race and Chase, a nod to playground games of cops and robbers, but with digital streets and pixelated cars. From the start, the team's technical experiment focused on a top-down view, using DMA's own sprite engine to render city blocks and traffic in real time. Early design documents outlined a novel mechanic. The player would commit crimes, stealing cars and causing mayhem, and the police would respond. But this wasn't a scripted chase. Instead, the AI was programmed to hunt the player, using radar detection and line-of-sight pursuit, creating a living, unpredictable threat. Mike Daly later recalled that the chase was the heartbeat of the game. Every time a player tried to outrun the police, the tension spiked. It wasn't just about speed or skill. It was about escaping, surviving, and pushing the limits of what the engine could handle. The prototype's replayability came from this loop. Each run was different, shaped by the player's choices and the relentless pursuit of the AI. The police radar, a flashing icon on the minimap, became an instant hook, drawing in testers and, soon after, the press. By late 1995, Race and Chase had moved beyond a simple racer. It was a game built around a single, addictive mechanic: the thrill of the chase and the constant risk of getting caught. That core idea would soon demand a bigger canvas, setting the stage for a technical leap that would change gaming history. Liberty City in 2001 was more than a backdrop. It was a living world, built from the ground up to be seamless and free. The breakthrough came when Rockstar North decided to move beyond static maps and embrace full, three-dimensional graphics, licensing the Renderware engine to power their vision. For the first time, a city could sprawl in every direction, uninterrupted by loading screens or artificial barriers. The technical heart of this achievement was cell-based streaming. As players sped through neighborhoods, the engine quietly loaded and unloaded blocks of geometry, textures, and AI routines in the background. This allowed Liberty City to feel continuous, alive, and unpredictable, no matter how fast you drove or how much chaos you caused. Behind the scenes, the creative team built a modular scripting system that let designers craft missions with branching paths and dynamic events. Objectives could change on the fly, police could escalate their response, and random encounters could unfold anywhere in the city. Ambient radio stations streamed licensed music and talk shows, filling cars and streets with a constant pulse. These engineering choices did not just enable technical freedom, they gave players the sense that anything could happen, anywhere, at any time. The result was a template for open-world gaming that would shape the industry for years to come, and a foundation for the cultural impact that followed. Vice City arrived in 2002, trading the gray towers of Liberty City for the neon glow of a fictional Miami. The creative leads Sam and Dan Houser wanted a world that pulsed with color, music, and a strong sense of time and place. The map stretched beyond a single city block, opening into beachfronts, marinas, and winding causeways. Licensed 1980s tracks played from car radios, blending seamlessly with the city's pastel palette and sun-soaked streets. Every corner felt alive, from the chatter of pedestrians to the roar of sports cars racing past palm trees. Then, in 2004, San Andreas pushed the boundaries even further. The team at Rockstar North built not just a city, but an entire state. 3 distinct urban centers, deserts, forests, and mountain ranges, all stitched together in a single, streaming world. The map spanned over 24 square kilometers, dwarfing anything that had come before. Players could ride a BMX bike through Los Santos, pilot a jet over the countryside, or gamble away cash in Las Venturas. The soundtrack ballooned to include dozens of radio stations, each packed with licensed hits and irreverent talk shows. These games did not just offer more space, they offered a sense of freedom and immersion that drew millions of new players. Vice City and San Andreas made Grand Theft Auto a household name, cementing its place in pop culture and setting a new standard for scale and atmosphere in interactive entertainment. By 2008, Rockstar's ambitions demanded more than just bigger maps. They wanted worlds that felt truly alive. The leap to Grand Theft Auto 4 brought a new foundation, the Rage engine. This technology powered not only sharper visuals, but also a dramatic increase in realism. For the first time, every streetlight, puddle, and brick reflected dynamic lighting. Vehicles responded to bumps and collisions with weight and detail that went beyond previous games. Behind the scenes, production costs soared. The team booked more than 40 days of motion capture sessions for actors, capturing everything from major cutscenes to the subtle gestures of background pedestrians. Animators and programmers worked in tandem to build denser city blocks, layering in thousands of unique assets. Every storefront, sign, and alleyway required custom modeling and texturing. Grand Theft Auto 5 took this even further. The asset count ballooned, and the demand for photorealistic lighting and physics pushed budgets to unprecedented levels. Over 1,200 hours of motion capture footage were recorded across multiple continents, involving dozens of actors and technical crew. The result was a world that could pass for a living, breathing city. One where even the smallest detail, from the flicker of neon to the sway of palm trees, was carefully crafted. As these technical achievements mounted, so did the financial stakes. The cost of building such realism made it clear that Rockstar would need more than just strong sales. They would need a recurring business model to support the scale of their vision. Grand Theft Auto Online arrived as more than just a multiplayer add-on. It reshaped Rockstar's entire business model. Instead of relying solely on blockbuster launches, the studio built a persistent online world where players could buy new cars, properties, and clothing through microtransactions. Every week, new content and special events kept engagement high, driving steady waves of in-game purchases. This approach transformed Grand Theft Auto 5 from a one-time sale into a recurrent revenue engine. Financial reports from Take-Two Interactive show a documented surge in recurrent consumer spending, with Grand Theft Auto Online contributing hundreds of millions of dollars annually long after the initial release. Behind the scenes, Rockstar invested heavily in server infrastructure to keep millions of players connected, scaling up as demand grew. Analysts point to this live service model as the reason Rockstar could afford to expand its teams and pour resources into long-term projects. The ongoing cash flow from Grand Theft Auto Online didn't just keep the lights on. It created the financial runway for the next generation of Grand Theft Auto, making it possible to plan for a development cycle that would stretch far beyond the industry norm. After GTA 5's runaway success, Rockstar faced a new kind of challenge: how to build a sequel that could meet global expectations and sustain a live service world from day one. What began as a traditional studio structure evolved into a network of offices across North America, Europe, and Asia, with more than 2,000 employees contributing to the project. Coordinating work across so many time zones meant production managers had to invent new pipelines for sharing assets, testing builds, and integrating code, all while keeping development on track for a game of unprecedented complexity. The tool chain itself became a project, with custom systems built to handle everything from real-time environment streaming to cloud-based analytics. Every feature, from AI traffic to multiplayer infrastructure, had to be designed for a world that would never truly go offline. The result was a development timeline that stretched beyond a decade, with milestones constantly shifting as teams balanced creative ambition against technical reality. Behind the scenes, the pressure mounted, setting the stage for the turbulence that would soon spill into public view. In September 2022, Rockstar Games faced a crisis that few studios have ever experienced. Over 90 internal development videos for the next Grand Theft Auto surfaced online, first appearing on a private Discord server before spreading across Reddit and YouTube. The leaked clips revealed early builds, motion capture sessions, and environment tests, offering an unprecedented glimpse into a project that had been tightly guarded for years. As the footage multiplied, media outlets and industry commentators dissected every frame, speculating on the game's setting, characters, and mechanics. The scale of the breach forced Rockstar to confirm the intrusion publicly, and law enforcement in the UK arrested a 19-year-old suspect linked to the leak. For days, headlines questioned the security of one of the most valuable franchises in entertainment. Investors and analysts raised concerns about the risks facing high-profile game development, while fans debated whether the leaks would affect the final product. The incident underscored just how much was at stake, not just in terms of creative secrecy, but in the financial and reputational capital invested in GTA 6. Industry analysts now point to Grand Theft Auto 6 as gaming's boldest financial wager. Projections from Bloomberg and Take-Two's own earnings calls suggest the budget could surpass $1 billion, setting a new benchmark for the entire sector. This estimate is not just rumor. It is built on Rockstar's global headcount, which now tops 2,000 employees, each drawing salaries over a decade-long development cycle. Major cost drivers include custom engine technology, next-generation motion capture, and a marketing campaign on par with Hollywood blockbusters. The push for photorealistic graphics and AI-driven systems adds further expense, while global server infrastructure must support a live service world from day one. Analysts break down the budget. Nearly half goes to staffing, a quarter to technology, and the rest to marketing and ongoing online support. If these forecasts hold, Grand Theft Auto 6 will not only be the most expensive game ever made, it will redefine what is possible and what is at risk in interactive entertainment. Today, Grand Theft Auto is more than a game. It is a global business, a technological benchmark, and a cultural force. As Rockstar readies its billion-dollar sequel, the stakes have never been higher. What began as a police chase now drives the future of interactive entertainment. Thanks for watching.